So I thought I was a power lifter, but apparently I'm here to talk about cardio today. So things change when you hurt your back.
What's up, guys? It's your boy EJ, and I'm here today with my number one guy, my little brother, whom I haven't seen in a long time, so I'm excited to have him here. I want to grab him. He wanted to name this thing and call it Two Cripples in the Camera, but I'm not going to let that fly today. We're going to keep it serious. So today we're going to be talking about when should we do cardio. I know a lot of people have questions about the when. So we're going to talk particularly about, 3 times, which is fasted, typically early morning, pre-workout, that is before you work out, or post-workout, and that's after. I don't even think I formally introduced my co-host other than calling him my little brother, but I have Steven here, somebody that I call Steff-Fawn. Don't let him fool you. I don't call him Steven. I never call him Steven. Steff-Fawn is his name to me. His profile on Instagram is S_core_fitness_. Check him out. You'll love his profile. So he's going to help me tackle this beast of cardio and when we should do it and what the benefits and things are of each one, if there are any. I don't know.
No benefit. No, I'm kidding.
So take us there. What is cardio, first of all?
So cardio is, using particular equipment like bike, walking, circuit training, Stairmaster, running, sprints. All those things are different forms of cardio. I mean, it's very broad, right? If you lift weights fast, there's some type of cardio work being done in that context. But mainly we're going to stick to, when we're using the treadmills and using, the bike or a cardio piece of equipment in particular and how it pertains to particular goals in the, different types of cardio.
What does cardio do?
Yes, I didn't answer the question. Good job. No, so
I'm trying to keep them online. But go ahead, buddy.
So for one thing, the biggest takeaway is cardio is basically working on your heart health, right? That's the way we need to see it. To give it its proper context, to understand the priority in particular for everybody's goals, it's working on your heart health. It's not to just lose weight. Yes, cardio can burn a lot of calories, and that's where we tend to draw our focus on, but if we don't give cardio its proper pedestal, we're gonna misconstrue how it affects our results, and we're gonna misuse it and eventually get upset when we're not seeing the results we wanna see because we think that it's leading up towards our goals. In all actuality, the biggest benefit is your heart health.
So the biggest benefit of cardio, if you don't take anything else away from this, is your heart health. Making sure that you have a healthy heart. So now we want to get to the 3 points that we want to talk about. The 3 different types of cardio, and that is fasted cardio, pre-workout cardio, post-workout cardio. Which one is the best one for you? So let's start with fasted cardio. What if there are any benefits to that at all?
So fasted cardio is essentially...
Pause. If I want to lose weight...
Why are we going there?
Okay, he don't want us to go there yet. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Talk about fasted cardio.
So fasted cardio is
rude.
basically you're doing cardio on an empty stomach. We have this connotation that it's some magical secret in order for you to lose fat. In all actuality, it makes no significant difference. Now, with all being said, if I wake up super early and cannot eat breakfast first thing in the morning, and I go do cardio, fine. More power to you. But it isn't giving you any more advantage than if you ate breakfast and went to do cardio. And in all actuality, having a pre-workout meal before any workout is always going to suffice as a better option, in my opinion, in terms of performance.
Oh, I'm just listening to him. He's explaining it. My brain is working because I thought something totally different, but he's the man. He knows. My concept is nothing, but what I thought was nothing because it doesn't stem from science. Well, it does, bro science, but it doesn't stem from real science. So thank you very much for clearing that up. Now, what about post-workout? I'm sorry, not post, pre-workout cardio.
So pre-workout cardio, this one's tricky because we have two likely scenarios, and the way to point people in the best direction is to just kind of go based on the context, right? So in this setting, you see people do like 20, 30 minutes cardio and then get on some machines or go hit some weights. And not necessarily the best way to do things. Now, most likely if that person's a beginner and they're trying to lose a ton of weight and they don't have the best mobility, meaning they can't just jump into a workout, they're not really conditioned to just jump on the, say get on the squat rack and start squatting, it'd probably be good to make sure that their muscles are getting warmed up. And, they need a specific warm-up for that, obviously, but, doing maybe 5 minutes of, pedaling on the bike or, some form of cardio like an elliptical that's joint-friendly to get their get their body warmed up and all sweaty.
The oil moving in them bones and joints.
Especially if you wake up first thing in the morning. And that's usually when your spine is the stiffest. Like if you worked and you've been moving around and then you go to work out, you already been moving. So, there's more fluid in the spine and you feel just looser overall. Like first thing in the morning, if I wake up, I hate working out just because I feel stiff. So if I do something to get my heart rate up, get my muscles moving, as long as it's not too crazy, right? I would say no more than 5 to 10 minutes. And really, if your goal is mainly weight loss, perfect. Now, if I'm going to max squat or if I'm going to build muscle, it's not going to help me at all. And it's just not when I should be applying my cardio, right? So now, the other likely scenario is if I'm an endurance athlete, right? So if I'm a marathon runner or my sport calls for me to, have that level of cardiorespiratory strength, it's definitely not going to hurt to do the cardio before. And in fact, it's probably going to play more in the context of those scenarios that I'm going to be in. So, in my opinion, I'm never going to do cardio beforehand because I'm more of a power builder. I just want to lift weights. I want to build muscle. And my warm-ups are more... The camera's supposed to be focused on me.
Oh, my bad.
My warm-ups are going to be more specific towards those movement patterns I'm going to do. But say if, I play basketball and I'm working on my muscular endurance and, 30 minutes into the game, I start to feel my muscles kind of weak, tired. That could be a likely scenario where I'm doing a little bit of cardio, being more in that particular context of the, situation I might be in game, and then go, hitting some light weights or working on some circuit training, something that applies towards my goals to help build my muscular endurance. That's where I'm going to say, that's probably where I'll cut it off, is the two likely scenarios.
Okay, good. So what about post-workout cardio? This is the cardio that you do after you've worked out. Is that necessary?
So, to answer whether it's
or
necessary...
beneficial, I should say.
Beneficial, I would say it's probably the best time to apply other than an active rest day. One, it's going to depend on the intensity of the cardio, right? So if I just banged out a ton of squats and my body's completely drained and I'm tired, I'm not going to go pump out a 3-mile run on the treadmill. It's just...
So we're supposed to do cardio after leg day?
One, that should be a jailable offense, but...
I concur.
In the right context, if I'm losing fat and my cardio sessions, based on the time that I have, if it just so happens to be on a leg day, and I do some treadmill walking or, some light Stairmaster, something to get my blood flowing at a moderate to low intensity in a shorter duration after my workout would totally suffice as a good time to do it. Reason being, because the work's already done.
Okay, you use a big word, suffice. All right.
Actually, funny story of where I learned that word, but we'll leave that for another time. So it's doing cardio after is going to be great because one, I'm not going to go to the gym another time to go do my cardio, period. Like if I'm there, I want to get it done. If I'm focused on my performance with lifting weights, I'm never going to do cardio beforehand. It's going to defeat the purpose. I'm going to burn off some of the energy I'm looking to expend towards that particular exercise where I'm judging my performance, my progress, et cetera, right? So afterwards, probably, I would say is the most optimal way to apply it. How much should you apply? We'll just add on to it. It's going to be on the individual's goals. So again, if I'm trying to lose weight and I want to stay on there and I'm doing like 20-minute sessions at a time and maybe twice a week and I'm losing weight but I'm just not seeing progress, obviously we got to look at calories, but also we want to increase calorie expenditure, meaning we want to burn more calories, and moderate intensity to low intensity cardio is the way, to do that without adding in extra stress, right? So like if you went to go deadlift and then you went to go do a high intensity interval sprint right after, that scenario is most likely going to backfire, right? So adding in short bursts of cardio, smaller, intensity, nothing too crazy after your workouts is always going to be the easiest way to just start adding it in. And then judging by the progress you're making, some people who have a tough time losing fat and have a tough time losing weight might need to do upwards to 30 minutes,
attacked.
Or do more frequency.
Attacking me on the low.
I'm not saying you need to be in a hamster wheel. I would pay money to see it, but
They need to come up with that. I think that would be dope. He got me. I think that would be dope. I'm sold. Put me in a hamster wheel.
But take this scenario. So, one, EJ, what's your goal?
I want to lose weight.
Bam, right? Wants to lose weight. Perfect scenario, right? So, EJ, what do you do for work, essentially?
Do we have to discuss that in front of them?
He sits down for work.
All day.
We're just going to cut to the chase.
All day.
He sits down. So a very sedentary individual can tell us that his non-exercise activity thermogenesis is going to be really low, right? And when that happens, means when he's not at the gym, and even when he's at the gym, because all he does is this, but anyways, when he's not at the gym, he is essentially not burning as much calories other than what his body does naturally through, his basal metabolic rate, which meaning just how many calories he burns just existing, right? Which is what he's been doing lately, is just existing. Anyway,
He's really taking jabs at me.
I waited a couple months for this opportunity. Let me get my shine on.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
so we know
Okay.
he just doesn't move a lot. He don't get them steps in,
Don't move.
right? So now, for him to just lose weight with a calorie deficit, which meaning he's eating less calories than he burns,
Leave me out there?
and just weight training, he's only going to get so far, right? Especially if he wants to see results in a timely manner. Now, depending on the severity of the deficit, if he cuts too many calories, it's going to affect his performance, and then he's most likely going to lose muscle mass as he's losing all that weight. So we don't want to just slash calories. So as opposed to slashing the calories heavily, we add those intervals of cardio to get his, overall calorie expenditure up. So a guy like him, I would say let's start with 2 20-minute bouts of just incline treadmill walking or elliptical, something joint friendly, right? And see how, that progress comes along. And then as you start to plateau, we can just take the calories down, and then also increase a little bit more cardio, making the duration longer, or even adding in a third day of cardio at 20 minutes, right? And he's going to be able to make a ton of progress for a good amount of time, as long as he stays consistent.
Which I always do. He's about to get punched in the face on camera. So this assault charge that I catch after this is going to be legit when you see it in the news. So.
That's fair. That's fair. I deserve that.
This dude.